Backdoor, nice find. Boston to Mitchell for the finish.
Second time we've seen that connection on the backdoor cut.
Thomas lobbing it inside. Nelson Adota
starts the third quarter here for Indiana. Fever held to just 35% from the floor in that first half. As Samuelson, deep position, lays it in.
Great call to start the second half. That's a tough pass.
And Boston came away with it.
Started 2-0. Here's Boston. Boston trying to take Sabali. Boston fading and hitting. A more confident take there from Aliyah Boston.
Well, and a smaller defender.
She told us the other day, I know I'm going to get grabbed. I'm going to get chucked. Backdoor. Clark lays it in as she loses Lainey Hamilton. Lainey Hamilton getting into it a little bit verbally.
Just a great cut backdoor by Caitlin Clark.
Gives it up. 4 to shoot. Katie Lou Samuelson with 1 to shoot. Boston has to put it up and flips it in. Nice job by Boston to beat the shot clock.
Yeah, sometimes players come in, work their way into shape. She came in prime shape, it looks like.
Boston turns and flips it in. Aliyah Boston up to 10 points to go with 7 rebounds. A 13-7 lead for Connecticut in the early going. Boston going in on Jones and flips it in. Bonner gets denied by Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo. Looking for Boston. Instead, it's Fagbenle trying to get it back to Clark. Settles with Boston. Here is Clark racing around. Clark using the screen from Boston. Hits her. Boston ties it with the jumper.
Heads to Jewel Wood up top of the circle. Screen from Nneka. Gets it stripped from her, and turnover number 1 on Seattle. Wallace coming the other way.
Skylar Diggins-Smith getting that matchup on Caitlin Clark. They're going to double all screens.
Good pass inside, and the doubles come, and the ball rotation.
Off the mark. Boston in there for the offensive rebound.
She's going to go to work.
Of a first half is something to their liking.
No doubt. But this has been sort of the fate of the Indiana Fever in this young season, is playing from behind.
How about Boston? Lone game without a double-double was 29-9 in Vegas. Nice backdoor. Mitchell left all alone.
Great job by Kelsey Mitchell, moving with
First point of the game to Asia Wilson. Nobody on Aliyah Boston, and she still got the hot hand. She had a big game last night against the Sparks.
But it's not just Becky that talks about Kate Martin, the players.
Yeah.
They really respect what she brings to the floor, how hard she plays.
Talbot, but misses at the rim. Boston picks up 4 and a foul.
By Boston through contact and 1.
Wheeler being hounded. Boston thought about the 3. Opts for Clark. Back for a rolling Boston foul and 1. Smith got a hand in there, forced the turnover. Good outlet pass Boston. Can Mitchell track it down? She can. Clark hesitating. Boston straightaway 3. She connects.
3 for 6 on the season on it, but certainly it is a part of her game now. And that's just a nice kick out and spot up 3. That's not a pick and pop 3, but she's certainly capable.
We've experienced this, Rebecca, even talking to Caitlin and Angel throughout the NCAA tournament. They both are so aware and take such pride in their role in the growth of the game overall. 11 off the bench for Cardoso in her debut. Here's Boston, bodying in. Boston looking for an angle, flips it in, plus the foul. A chance for 3 for Aliyah Boston.
Tied and end this run. It's one-on-one coverage. These two who have done this so many times over the years when they were at South Carolina together. And just a great job by Aliyah Boston, using her body, using her strength, getting Cardoso to lean and getting the and 1.
And you saw what Sandy Brondello said after the game in the locker room as Boston gets that to go, and she'll head to the free throw line as we take another look here off the bench. And now Benijah Laney Hamilton with the steal, but gives it up to Boston. Katie Lou Samuelson over to Wheeler. That was 3-on-1 with Burke, the only defender.
At the cup. Boston gets the slip and around.
6'4", she can shoot over anybody. It's unbelievable.
Leading scorer for the Sun at just under 19 a game. Aliyah Boston goes to work on Brianna Jones. Mark in the open court, mismatch Nelson Adota. That means Boston has a height advantage. Drop off, Mitchell scores.
Not just great movement without the ball by Kelsey Mitchell, but great pass from Aliyah Boston.
Alyssa Thomas, push pass. Aliyah Boston returns the favor. The 4 personal fouls, and she ran into foul trouble here at Mohegan Sun a month ago tomorrow.
Nice pass by Boston as well, beating Wheeler to the basket.
Wheeler lobs it back. They look Boston's direction again, and Aliyah Boston cashing in. It's been a Boston beatdown here in the first.
Aliyah Boston, good time and score recognition and the shot fake.
And now on the rim, and Boston pulled it down. Parker hits the deck, no whistle, and Boston lays it in. That was a terrific job by Mitchell to give it a shot.
Get it inside. You know Cardoso's going to get some touches too.
All 7 shots have come from 2 players, and that's one of them, Mabry. And Cardoso gets blocked by Boston.
And you got to be so careful to pick your poison, pick your spots with gambling.
Good ball movement by the Sky. Reese up against Aliyah Boston, who gets her. Reese is calling for a foul. She won't get it, and here come the Fever.
She's calm. She's not getting flustered.
12 points in the game. Allen gets blocked. Fever looking for numbers. Clark to Wallace. Back to Clark. Shovel pass Boston. Post feed. Boston. Oh, beats the clock. Wow.
Here does such a nice job. Aliyah Boston
would be a Fever franchise record. Here's Clark going through the legs, bouncing for Boston, draws the foul, and 1.
So good the last few games. I mean, really looks terrific, shaping up to the ball, moving without the ball, doing the work early in the paint.
You see a game lack the momentum swings that this one has had. There's Boston teeing up a 3. You bet! Such a natural looking stroke.
And Indiana just runs some great act.
Played multiple positions, and her defense this season has been outstanding.
The steal for Aliyah Boston, the send up the floor to Alyssa Smith. Five seconds on the shot clock. Hole 3 ball good. The ball movement.
Indiana and Chicago, their 3rd meeting of the season. Fever took the first 2. These 2 teams jockeying for that last playoff spot as Mabry looked like she got hit on the hand, no call. Here's Boston directing traffic. Boston stuck on an island, will take, and hit from 3. It's a 1-point game. What a shot from Aliyah Boston.
How about this from Aliyah Boston? A little 2-step first, but she gets her feet set. It's contested well. And that looked pure from the second it left her hand, Ryan.
18 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
Here's a whip pass to Boston. Inside Smith. Nicely done by Indiana. And it's
to get in a 3-point shootout with Indiana, but they certainly love to fire right back with answers.
Oh, great touch pass inside. First from Clark to Boston, and then to Benlay inside for the layup. Here's Clark in the corner. She has been hounded by Horston. Just watch Horston's defense. Good flip pass to Boston. Spin move. That was a beauty, and that's where she wants the basketball. You were talking about that earlier. Good defense by Gumake. Now Clark hounded by Diggins Smith. Flips it back. Boston hits it with 1 on the shot clock.
15 on the shot clock. Trying to get it to Smith. Wheeler on the drive. Off glass, got it. Tough shot by Erica Wheeler. Mitchell back out to Smith. Cunningham switches out onto Clark. Sprays it out for 3. Boston got it. Aliyah Boston, you noted her improved three-point shooting this year.
Really worked on her face-up game, Mark. That's her 6th triple of the season, shooting better than 42%. Have not had one yet here in the second. Aliyah Boston, you help off the strong corner.
Double figures scoring-wise. Boston just stayed patient to wait for Stokes to go by from 3 and missed 5 of their 10 free throws.
Nice backdoor feed by Boston. You saw some eye contact between Boston and Clark before the ball came inbound. It's just a...
She's got 5 points here in the third quarter. They can't get that one. The persistence paying off. Boston gets it right back. Kelsey Mitchell throws the three-pointer. Place on fire, but the work started with Aliyah Boston.
It did. Just continuing with the play. Aliyah Boston gets the steal and then the opportunity for one of the best scorers in the league to knock down a shot. She's wide open. Kelsey Mitchell drills it.
5 to shoot. Boston with the blow-by.
She has risen up the league's assist ranks. And it was the afternoon's second in assists in the WNBA. And there's Boston with an early block. Boston bullies her way inside. Boston lays it in.
It works. And it's really efficient. She's capable of making every play. And free throws.
Clark inside. Here is Boston spinning and Boston finishing.
Great shots. Unfortunately, that one came up off, but being able to go, knowing that you did exactly what you can, and yet another steal here by the Fever. Their defense is great.
This time it's Boston. Mitchell going back door. This time it's Boston with the feed and an and 1.
And they want to play. They want to push. What a great bounce pass there by, I thought it was...
Fires and can't connect. Boston battling. Boston pulls it down. Somehow tiptoes the baseline. Oh, Boston with a shot fake. She'll take it right in for an
Beautiful basketball. It's just the way that they play. They are not doing anything bad right now. Everything is working. They have to continue with this same intensity.
Boston Mitchell right up the guts. Mitchell draws the foul.
Brown, Howard, Sobley when healthy. Oh my.
That's a Boston block.
Boston just staying with it, knowing the scout, working to stay attached and recover.
Cowan missed the opportunity for a three-point play. Baseline, nice move by Boston, count it.
Of Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston, back-to-back #1 picks, making good.
Caitlin through the lane. Boston from long range. Aliyah Boston hits her 7th 3 of the season.
We didn't play real defense.
All right, fair assessment. Nice pass from Clark. Right to her teammate Boston, who lays it in.
This group has been together here for the last month or so as Boston finds Mitchell, who finishes. Their chemistry has grown. Boston cross-court, Wheeler buries a three.
Erica Wheeler, she's good for a few of them.
Oh, what a pass. Boston to Mitchell for the finish. Good job by Horston bouncing out. Clark blitzed, passes out of it to Boston. There is Mitchell on a three on another good decision from Boston. Clark lobbing it in. Boston draws 2 in the corner. Oh, you bet!
Indiana team hasn't had to slow down Nafisa Collier yet, so they're trying to figure it out.
Double team comes against Boston, and she finds her way through it. Against Aliyah Boston, who just got an offensive rebound and put back, and they were kind of tangled up.
Some incredible pressure defense right there from Minnesota that forces Caitlin Clark to turn the ball over. Her teammates need to help her in that scenario, and they got to come to the ball.
Hang on, I read that backwards. It is 13-9 in favor of Minnesota.
Picking up where she left off, she was huge in terms of her offensive production against Phoenix.
But the response for Caitlin Clark, top of the key three on the board.
And Indiana, on the other end, has 16 points in the paint of their 22 in the first quarter.
A big part of that is Aliyah Boston, who's now in double figures.
Fever never trailed on Monday night in Atlanta. An early 6-point hole from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Here's Aliyah Boston's first touch, backing her way in, and Boston banks it home.
Watch the patience and the poise. She's reading help. There's no help coming. She does a really good job of getting to the mid. You can't always blame the screener for that. Sometimes it's the ball handler that doesn't wait. Oh, look at that back door. Beautiful. A beautiful setup and one, Pat. Because she's gotten so good at handling it, managing, and making the right reads.
Lana Bonner knocks down a tough shot on the other end. Here's Clark. Boston, extra pass. Lexi Hole buries a three.
Gets two hands on it. Forget about it. You're not taking it away. This is just a great extra pass.
Boston taking it inside. Feed to Smith, who buries a three.
Just love the way Aliyah Boston is attacking inside, but aware of the space around her beyond the arc.
Clark, here's Boston, hesitation, extra pass. Mitchell is wide open.
Indiana Fever arguably playing and statistically playing some of the best basketball since the break. Angel Reeves penetrating and tosses it away. Turnovers have been a problem in play. Diamond to Shields. 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot. Reeves finding Cardoso. Partially blocked by Boston.
It's like a foot race, right?
And we'll come the other way, the 2-point advantage.
If you have shooters on the weak side.
Oh, great play, and it ends up in Caitlin Clark getting her 19th point.
That's
just about 9 boards a game. Boston season opening. Satu closes. Count the basket and a foul.
And so Boston brings it up. So now they start their offense in a different way. Did you see where she looked to the corner?
Right.
And
Here's Aliyah Boston going to work on Stevens, and Boston wins the matchup.
Yeah, because she is a willing passer, and if you bring two, she'll find an open three-point shooter. So
the bench has 21 of their 44 points as Boston backdoor cut. It's Mitchell.
And that play has worked.
Run here so far tonight, and this offense has been a little out of sync at times. Boston spinning inside, right around the here in the early going, and Boston with a massive size advantage and takes advantage.
Poise. Poise is the name.
A good defense there by Carlton. Shot clock down to 5. Boston trying to create with the shot clock low, and Boston will.
And if you don't send multiple bodies at Boston, here it is. Here's the feed. She's looking. Oh, there's nobody else there. Let me just go ahead and spin back with a nice.
Boston shot fakes the 3, pulls up, and gets the bounce herself. And trying to free up Mitchell. She can't get open. Boston takes it herself, fires it up, and it stays down. Clark going behind the back, trying to create off the Boston screen. Back to Boston. Boston turns the corner, gets to the rim, and ties the game.
It's a screen, and then it's a fake dribble, fake the handoff. Kubai was substitute.
She has played very sparingly out of the Olympic breaks. Boston the hesitation and bounces it home.
Nice pass, good footwork, and good patience by Aliyah Boston on the interior.
And it's Young's 3rd foul here, so she's into a little bit of foul trouble early in the 3rd quarter. Boston backdoor, it's Mitchell again. Leading the way out of that backcourt. Clark, Boston screen, fire away, hits a 3.
Just missed one, come right back down with a pretty heat check.
Boston with a shot clock down to 4, looking for a hole. Hole's going to have to create, just hoists it up there and banks it home. And a total summation of how things have gone for her here out of the Olympic break. In the first half, including a 5-point advantage with a couple minutes left. Trying to regain that lead. It's Mitchell on a backdoor cut, and Boston with the find. Can't finish inside. Smith able to save it. Kick back for Mitchell. Indiana having some success on the offensive glass here. Boston, spinning Howard into a top.
She's only shooting 1% less than she was last year, but still very effective. Part of the three-headed monster with Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark. Has been back and she's trying to get herself back in a good rhythm.
Mitchell got behind her on the defensive end, able to lay that up and in. Up by Dolson. 6 on the shot clock. Boston got that up over Atkins.
Yeah, not much you can do if you're Ariel Atkins, giving up some size there to Aliyah Boston.
Mitchell gives it up. Boston rummaging inside, gets fouled and finishes. Aliyah Boston a chance for 3.
15-footer, so her with the little pump fake gets Jones leaning and then drives to her left side.
There's Clark off the steal. Clark into the paint, bounces to Boston, who lays it in, plus the foul. Debut.
Pushing in transition, and good job by Aliyah Boston to continue to run the floor, finishes.
Shot clock all the way down to 8. Wheeler shovels it in. At 5, Boston forces it up and in. Nice save from Aliyah Boston. Harrington knocks it away. 9 to shoot. Clark around the screen. Bounces to Boston beautifully for the finish. Timeout, Connecticut.
And when you have a player who can pass like this, assess. Can I go left? No, goes right instead. Leads Boston beautifully. Who finishes? Oh, pretty basketball.
Mabry just picked up her 3rd foul. Off to Thomas, knocked away by Boston. Indiana comes up with a steal. Here's Hull, nice touch pass. Mitchell, and Hull able to finish.